Today I wanted to talk about the dangers of groupthink and how it can cost you if you're just doing what everyone else is doing and following the herd. And to that end, I wanted to talk about Tony Robbins and this book that he published at the end of 2014. I found this book in a box recently, and I remember I bought it right after it came out at the end of the year in 2014, and I read the whole thing, and it's ridiculously long. He spends the first 400 pages hypnotizing you by repeating himself over and over and over again, and I don't know what his end goal is, but I assume it's to hypnotize you into coming to some of his group sessions, which thankfully I never fell for because I could have ended up burning my feet on hot coal. This was in 2016. It says at least 30 people were treated for minor burns after walking on hot coals during self-help guru Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within seminar in Dallas, Texas. Robbins said that the fire walk is intended to help people conquer their fears. Well, I don't think it worked. But anyway, getting back to the book, it's not 1,000 pages long, but it is 688 pages, and it was published on November 8th of 2014. So if instead of reading 688 pages of groupthink, I had just bought Bitcoin, if he had literally just on one page wrote buy Bitcoin, I mean, it would have been exponentially better financial advice. The price of Bitcoin on November 18th was, so Grok says that it was $378. I couldn't get an amount from TradingView. It didn't go back to that range for whatever reason. Maybe I'm using a weird ticker, but according to Grok, it was $378. So if I had just started buying Bitcoin at the same time, who knows how much money I would have. Well, I guess we could do a calculation. Let's see if instead of buying his crappy book, I bought Bitcoin on this date. So let's just say I bought it on November 18th. Let's see what that math would be. So if we round up, the Bitcoin price for one Bitcoin was $400. And I remember paying about $30 for that book. So if you look at what percent of 430 is, it's 7.5%. So if instead of buying his book, I bought Bitcoin, I could have got 7.5% of a Bitcoin. And in today's dollars, that 7.5% of a Bitcoin would be worth, what, $8,000? So literally, if I would have just bought $30 worth of Bitcoin instead of his book, I'd have $8,000 instead of this dusty old book full of groupthink that I just found in a box. It just kind of goes to show you the power of Bitcoin. And if it continues on this trajectory, I mean, I'm just going to write a book and just have it say buy Bitcoin. And then I'm going to sell it on Kindle stores and act like I'm a cult leader. All right, guys, peace.